This is the moment of the African Press Review. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In Zimbabwe, President Mnangagwa yesterday urged the armed forces to remain loyal, vigilant, and determined to safeguard the country and subsequent processes leading to the achievement of Vision 2030. The newspaper stated that achieving this vision requires loyal, patriotic, reliable, ingenious, and dedicated defense forces that keep abreast of technological developments and global defense security systems. In Kenya, Vice President William Ruto's allies direct President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga in a referendum duel entitled The Daily Star. According to the newspaper, they warned that they had the means to organize a massive campaign against public voting, which they said was based on selfish political interest. In Angola, the Minister of State and Economic Coordination, Manuel Nunes Jr., assured yesterday in Luanda that the privatization program, which includes 195 public companies, will be conducted in the strict respect and protecting of workers' rights, whose companies will be the target of the process. The governor, speaking at the public presentation of the program for the privatization of state enterprises and property, said that the state will not privatize through privatization. Reverse Journal de l'Angola. Let's leave Angola now for South Africa. After months of work unraveling years of fraudulent transactions, Steinhoff turned to multi-billion-dollar lawsuit triggered by the scandal that threatens the survival of the global retail group, underlines Business Day. Always in South Africa, South African Airways is circumventing the basic financial reporting rules that apply to the country's listed companies by not publishing its annual financial statement. Released this morning, The Citizen. The newspaper stated that 9 billion rand is the estimate loss of South African Airways for the year ending March 2019. Butterworth was closed as a ghost town, but in the townships and along the highway, police and community demonstrators were engaged in battles, reversed the South African newspaper Daily Dispatch. And the newspaper to highlight the reason for the closure, which was hunger. Protesters who prevent vehicles from entering Butterworth from the Sandton side near Sobomvu Township by burning tires, placing stones on the road, and rubber bullets were fired. In Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari said yesterday that he had ordered the Central Bank of Nigeria to stop providing foreign currency for food imports into the country, Daily Trust evokes. And the newspaper reports that Buhari made this revelation as dignitaries continue to flock to his Dora residence where he spends the Tabaski holidays. Nigerian crude oil continued to lose market share to the United States, while that country's oil shale production has continued to increase, Sweet Crude says. And the newspaper points out that with oil shale, the United States joined Nigeria a few years ago to produce light and soft grades that are best suited for refining into gasoline, making it more difficult for light and sweet crude oil producing countries, including Nigeria, to sustain their own flourishing market. Despite the efforts of a presidential group led by Vice President Yemi Osibanjo to clear roads to and from a Apapa port in Lagos, soldiers and tourists continued to frustrate the project, revealed the Punch. According to the newspaper, extortionists makes about 1 million naira every day from desperate truckers trying to use a section of the road that is not intended for them to access seaports. Let's now go to West Africa. In Benin, according to the daily newspaper, the La Nation, the project Porto Novo Green City takes shape with 6 billion CFA francs. Still in Benin, L'Economist informs us rather of the strong growth of the economies in the Union of West African Monetary States. Let's leave the Benin for Burkina Faso. Accidental death of the Ivorian singer Gigi Arafat. Burkinabe fans in shock. Beyond the consternation of the lessons to be learned, reveals the daily life Le Pays. 75th anniversary of the landing of Provence in France. The Ouattara president is the guest of Macron. Bear his morning Fraternité Matin. Still in the Fraternité columns, morning health measure for 3 weeks, no cases of yellow fever detected. In Cameroon, Le Repère highlights a hold-up of 7 billion CFA francs for the construction of the African Cup of Nations. Also in Cameroon, airport transport, Cameco expects 23 million CFA francs of monthly turnover until December 2019, titled L'Économie. Let's finish this program with this last information. The grateful nation to Sadou Ayatou, a news yesterday in Garoua, at the end of these official obsequies. The former prime minister was elevated to the rank of Great Cordon of Cameroonian merit posthumously by Minister Paul Atanganji, representing the head of state, revealed Cameroon Tribune. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for our African Press Review. Thank you for your faithfulness. Goodbye.